as guided directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, so that one is not forced out of circumstance to be made to interact with people who could potentially be carriers of corona. Emergency ambulances and literally intensive care unit on wheels have been made ready. Various emergency equipments, protective medical equipments, protective medical care is being ready. Personal protective medical equipments as well as groceries being preserved, collected so that Annadan can be offered, free food offering to one and all. And the food being served is, needless to say, as per the Bhaga Shastra, sattvic, healthy, organic food, which is made right from the farms in Adi Kailash, where organic farming in various ways is being done, including vertical gardening. So, if you want to avail of this unique, important, mandatory, practically facility being opened, being offered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa, you can register right now in the link https://kailasa.org/kailasacare. Please note KAILASA.org/KAILASACARE. So just take a few seconds so that you can register yourself at this ID. And here we will just get into just a glimpse of what exactly is happening in the sacred space of Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Pitha. We have here just captured a few glimpses, which has also been posted across various social media. One can see here Kailasa's Ministry of Infrastructure in Adi Kailasa working tirelessly, where the sannyasis, volunteers, disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are working to provide and make ready the housekeeping facilities available for one and all coming to Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Pitham, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened the campus to provide a safe haven from the COVID-19 pandemic to all those seeking protection during these perilous times. One can see here the Department of Housing in action, responsible for building multi-layered quarantine living spaces, planning, construction, community development, protection of the environment, and other environmental conservation efforts. As one knows, Sanatana Hindu Dharma has evolved as a scientific analytical civilization, and over thousands of years with unbiased intelligence, have perfected the building of village and town structures for actually preventing pandemics. That system, which is the most powerful and intelligent way of housing with the right social structure is being revived under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nityananda Paramashivam. Just about yesterday, what was happening here, as one can see in the pictures, we have the whole housing facilities being readied in every which way, where the disciples and the sannyasis, in a very blissful way, are working together to make ready accommodation and housing for the who are going to arrive, and the hundreds who are already pouring into the Adi Kailasa Sarvagni Peetham.
So you can see here more glimpses from the Department of Housing, where you can see all the Kailaya-vasis and the residents and even the volunteers, whoever have come here as a refuge to protect themselves from COVID. They are inspired by this lifestyle. They want to contribute. So they also participate in full swing to facilitate the requirements that is needed to accommodate hundreds and hundreds of people coming in for the protection from the COVID pandemic. And here you have more glimpses about the morning spiritual routine that all the participants here do today, which makes it up to first 5 hours of anyone's day, which is the most important, fundamental and vital practice of a seeker, anyone who is in the path to achieve the enlightenment, the Paramashivatva, and to achieve the ultimate superconscious space of Paramashivoham. So it is not just the medical infrastructure, food, accommodation, and internet facilities. Their spiritual needs, every being's spiritual needs is completely taken care by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in these COVID care protection centers. So all the participants really enjoy this 5 hours of morning spiritual routine, where they perform yoga and puja and then watch Swamiji's satsang. You can see the participants doing the puja. And more glimpses from the Department of Housing, where they also involve themselves in organic farming and gardening. And these are some of the updates from the Department of Kailasa's Department of Health and Human Services, which makes the traditional kashayams, the ancient medicines, to protect the residents from the COVID and pandemic infections. So here the residents are being administered the steam inhalation of various herbs such as tulsi, eucalyptus, and turmeric leaves, all of which are organically grown within the Adi Kailasha campus. It is the mission of Kailasa's Department of Human Services to create and enable people navigate through COVID-19 crisis to move forward with their life and rediscover their possibilities and self-sufficiency. Kailasa's Department of Human Services is providing all the essential needs such as housing, electricity, internet communications, security, heating and cooling, common area maintenance, counseling, overall immunity building, pollution-free atmosphere, medical care, enlightened lifestyle, and living for every citizen, training people to enhance their well-being and superconsciousness. Here you can see the Kailasa's Department of Health, in collaboration with Kailasa's Department of Agriculture in Adi Kailasa, continue to grow organically and make the traditional kashayams, as we mentioned in the previous slide. The Department of Agriculture is the governing body for all the agriculture efforts and food-related activities to ensure all the Adi Kailaya Vasis and the people who have come here for COVID Care Protection Center are fed nutritiously. The food that is being provided is toxin-free and that is filled with Veda compliance ingredients. And it also runs and maintains the organic farms of Adi Kailasa. The department has been researching and implementing environmental friendly, sustainable, economic friendly methods of agriculture, including vertical farming, chemical and pesticide free agriculture, usage of natural non-GMO seeds, agriculture harmonious with other forms of life, that is the animal forms in Goshala, or the non-violent farming, not harming the other forms of life. That is why you see in Adi Kailasa, the living beings of all various species, everybody has some space. They beautifully grow, coexist together. That is because of all the practices that is being guided directly by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Everything is conflict-free, sustainable practices. So, and here we have some updates from the Department of Maintenance, who completed the final cleaning checklist of the new accommodation facility. The team verified that the bedrooms are clean, tidy, and they are pest-free. There is sufficient electrical wall outlet for the number of residents in each room to prevent overloading. The cots are placed at sufficient distance. So these are all some of the updates from the maintenance department of Kailasa's Department of Maintenance, who's working on getting the place and the facility ready. The Department of Housing also conducted the resource assessment, which included the inspection of all the bed mattresses to ensure that they are clean and comfortable. The department also ensured the eco-friendly coir mattresses are provided to the guests. So the Department of Maintenance from the Department of Infrastructure verified that the bedrooms are clean, tidy, and pest-free, and there's sufficient electrical wall outlet, as mentioned previously. More updates from the Department of Maintenance. A family of devotees from Bangalore have grown organically mango orchids as per the injunctions laid out in the Vedas and in Agamas as revealed by Paramashiva. Being true to the powerful cognition in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Annam Bahukura Vita, that means grow food in abundance and share with the world. The family of devotees have donated around 700 mangoes to Adi Kailasa's protective, preventive, multi-layered quarantine facility. You can see because all these efforts is all inclusive and benefiting the society. Everybody is coming together. Everybody is coming together to ensure that the needs are met and how we can make this place more and more blissful. So the Kailasa's Department of Agriculture in Adi Kailasa, upon receiving the generous donation, made the first offering as the Naivedya to Nityanandeshwara Paramashiva. In Hinduism, the first and foremost offering of anything is manifested in one's life is made to the divine, is made to Paramashiva. So this offering is made to Paramashiva himself, and then it's distributed to all the participants who have come here for protecting themselves from ongoing pandemic. Now, in this series, we have a wonderful video where Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Swamiji, has personally prepared the Navapashana concoction using the 1008 herbs. It is a scene to be seen, because you can clearly see how Swamiji has micromanaged, how he has guided the whole preparation. So what we see today as the 21 feet Navapashana Lingam, Nityananda Ananda Lingam in Adi Kailasa is personally prepared. This whole concoction is being personally prepared and guided by Swamiji. So we're going to watch this video today. So it's going to be really interesting for all the viewers. So stay tuned and we'll play the video now. And we'll get back to the session after we watch the video.
போக நவபாஷாணத்திலே பண்ணி வச்சிட்டாரு. அந்த நவபாஷாணத்தோட 1008 மூலிகைகளையும் சேர்த்து பண்றோம். சேர்த்து சுதாமூர்த்தியா பண்ணிக்கிறோம். அதப்பா உருண்டையெல்லாம் எடுத்து பாக்கல, நல்லா வேகட்டும். உள்ள அடுக்கு மேல அடுக்கு என்ன ஹீட்டு பச்சா? அந்த நெருப்பு போய் அவளை வீட்டு இருக்காரு. இந்த நெருப்பு பயன் கட்டிட்டா இருக்கணும். காரணம் எரிஞ்சது எரியுது. சாம்பலாக்கணும். குடம் போடுறதுக்கு அப்படியே போட்டு இன்னும் எவ்வளவு இது இருக்கு சாம்பார்? நான் உருண்டை பிடிச்சா பாதி ஆயிடுச்சுல. மொத்தமா எரிச்சு வரும்போது பாத்தீங்கன்னா சும்மா ஒரு இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். புடம் போட்டு பாத்தீங்கன்னா இவ்வளவுதான் இருக்கும். சும்மா ஒரு படிதான் இருக்கும். பருப்பு எத்தனை அதுல முக்கா சாம்பல் இருந்ததுல அதை புடம் புடிச்சிட்டீங்க. இவ்வளவுதான் இருப்பாரு. எல்லா உருண்டையும் அடிக்கிறீங்களா? எல்லாமே நாலஞ்சு தட்டில் மாற்றி மாற்றி அடுத்து பூத்து வருது பாத்தியா? அந்த சாம்பல் இருக்கு பாரு, அந்த மாதிரி மொத்தமாயிடும். அதுக்கப்புறம் திரும்ப அதை நெய் ஊற்றி இப்ப ஜலிச்சு திரும்ப அதை நெய் ஊற்றி உருண்டை பிடிச்சி எரிக்கணும். சும்மாவே கல்விக்கு போறாங்க பண்ணுங்க. எங்க நல்ல பாஷை அனுப்ப வந்தீங்கன்னு வீடியோவை பிடிச்சி வச்சுக்கிறா, பிடிச்சி வச்சு காமி ஜனங்களுக்கு. நம்ம அலுமினி பாத்திரத்தை பிடிக்காங்க, இதை முடிச்சுட்டு செப்பு பிராஷ் ஏதாவது பாத்திரம் வச்சு அதில் பிடிங்க. ஜாஸ்தியா அடுத்து பிடிச்சிருக்கீங்களா அப்போ நல்லா வேவும். போட போட சாஃப்ட் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ் மாதிரி இருந்தா அப்ப என்ன ஆகும், குழைச்சோம்னா அப்படியே கப்புன்னு சில பிடிச்சிடும். புரியுதா? பண்ணிட முடியும். மெடிசனல் குவாலிட்டியும் ஜாஸ்தி ஆகிடும். கியூர் ஆக ஆக இதுல சேர்க்கிற மெடிசன் வந்து குணம் கெடாம இருக்கும். சாலிட் பார்ட்டிகிள்ஸ் இருக்கிறது இதுல சேர்க்கிற மெடிசனோட குவாலிட்டி குறைஞ்சிரும். இது மெடிசன் பேஸ் தானே இது. போடாத, உடைச்சிடாத. நிறைய இருக்கலாம் அப்புறம் இதை என்ன நீங்க தெரியும் லட்டாடி பிடிச்சிருக்கீங்க.
Welcome back.
Yes, I hope all the viewers had a wonderful. Yeah, please go ahead, Ma.
I was just going to say that before we jump into the next segment, that was a historical moment when, or rather moments, a series of moments when, as all of us saw, it seemed to be such a casual happening. You can see just a so very informal, friendly, casual atmosphere, ambience in Adikailasa Sarvanya Peetham, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism just sitting very casually around the Homakunda and guiding the sannyasis as to how to make that Navapashana mix. And as you would have observed, it is unlike the only existing Navapashana structure that we know of, which is the Murti of Muruga made by Bogar in what exists today as the Palani temple. Other than that, there exists no such structure which is still alive, made of the Navapashana. And as Bhagwan said, the Navapashana mix which he made during this process, which we just saw way back in 2008, was not just the 9 components which go into the Navapashana traditionally, but also it is mixed with 1008 Ayurvedic herbs, making what he referred to as the Sudhamurti. That is what is the constitution of this unique, marvelous 21 feet Anandalinga, which is standing today in the Vaidya Sarovar in Adikailasa Sarvanya Peetham, and which, as Devi Parashakti revealed, is the ship, literally the Adikailasa ship, which is going to take everyone to safety. Whoever comes and takes the Tirtham from this Vaidya Sarovar, from the sacred waters, or has a bath in the waters of the Vaidya Sarovar, will simply be protected and death cannot touch them. So this, what went into this magical constitution, we just saw a glimpse of that in that short video clip that we all just witnessed in the form of this, the making of this Anandalinga in the Adikailasa Sarvanya Peetham years back, as Devi said, way back in 2008, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism had already anticipated what is coming, and he wanted to make this ship ready. And ironically, as Devi also said, even though the captain of the ship was driven away by the anti-Hindu terrorist militants, yet out of his immense grace and compassion, he still made the ship ready so that all of humanity can benefit out of it.
Next is the Adikailasa's COVID care protection centers offering shelters for all the living beings. Just before we get into that segment, let's quickly catch up on the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism through various international affiliations that he has created using Saffron Om, which is working for the world peace, conflict resolution, and religious freedom. Red Om, which works for providing relief work for natural and man-made calamities, working to eliminate the world hunger. Blue Om, which is working for animal rights and prevention of cruelty towards animals. Then is the White Om, providing psychological healing, spiritual counseling, and a superconscious breakthrough. Then we have Yellow Om, which is providing Satvidya, yogic Ayurvedic solutions and medical care, including access to libraries and knowledge. Next, we have Green Om, working for the protection of the environment. So these international agencies that are established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism works with several institutions to and people all around the world to enable these services for the humanity.
The importance of what is required today, which is harmonious coexistence of one and all, not only living beings, but all that exists. As the Upanishads declare, there is nothing called non living. It is everything exists that exists is energy. Isha Vasyam Idagum Sarvam is what the Isa Vasya Upanishad declares primarily. And that is what world leaders are realizing, recognizing today. Unfortunately, in a very, probably a little bit too. As you can see over here, before meeting the leaders of the world's major economic powers at the G7 summit in the UK, Antonio Guterres said he was concerned that the richest nations have pumped billions of dollars more into fossil fuels than clean energy since the pandemic, despite their promises of a green recovery. Yes, environment friendliness, it may sound a term which is only discussed in some few summits, international summits, in a one-odd way, but that is not what can be sustained. It is something that really needs to be corrected, because the pandemic is not just happening, which is a disease outbreak. It is an outcome of a combination of factors, including how Devi Parashakti said that about abuse that human beings have done on various levels to environment, to planet Earth, to Bhudevi, and that is what we are all suffering today. The extreme arrogance of human beings of treating this Mother Earth as a utility item.
And we have here the sperm whale washes ashore, dies on the shell island, necropsy planned. It's been many years since we've dealt with large whale. These standings can be caused by anything. It could be contaminants, weather conditions, and natural toxins. We haven't seen any signs of human interaction. So you can see how the impact of environmental pollution on the living beings, and how the planet Earth is losing species after species because of human interventions. So now we have the global services under the Kailasa's Department of State from the Saffron Om, working for world peace, conflict resolution, and religious freedom. Here we have a red Om, where you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself is spearheading, and he's guiding and doing the relief work for natural and man-made calamities, working to eliminate the world hunger. So this particular picture is from the Thane flood relief in Pondicherry region in 2012, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, along with all the peacekeepers of Kailasa, involving in the relief efforts, free organic food distribution. We have here the Blue Om, working for animal rights and prevention of cruelty towards animals. In Hinduism, cows are worshipped and endeared as Gaumata, who embodies about 330 million deities and is a form of cosmic mother herself. So the picture beautifully depicts the Gaumata and her calf spending time with the Balasants, the child saints of Nityananda Gurukul in Adi Kailasa. Next, we have here the White Om, providing the psychological healing, spiritual counseling, and a superconscious breakthrough. The picture that you're seeing is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where he's organized a meditation program for the engineering college students in 2008 as part of Kailasa's White Om services. Next, we have Yellow Om, providing Satvidya, which is yogic Ayurvedic solutions and medical care, including access to libraries and knowledges. So on the first picture is from Kailasa's many of the medical camps set up during the relief efforts for Thane flood in 2012 in India. And you also find the free yoga classes held around the world, organized by the Yellow international agencies for all the people of all ages. Next, you have the Green Om working for the protection of the environment. You can see organic fruits, vegetables, and grains cultivated by the peacekeepers of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The produce is offered as Annadan, which is the charitable service of providing free organic meals to everyone through various embassies and centers of Kailasa. You can also see the glimpses from the Kailasa's Department of Environment and Animals. You can see how blissfully the Kailavasis are interacting with the living beings in Kailasa. These cow sheds, the goshalas, are provide such safe and protective space for all the living beings in Adi Kailash, and where they are treated as gods themselves. Now, the sad state of affairs, what the world is now going through, is the COVID-19 is spreading from humans to animals. The novel coronavirus has hit the human race hard for over 5 months now. It's not just the 5 months, more than a year now, but we are not the only species that is suffering. The effects of COVID-19 on animals came to forefront when cats, dogs, and even tigers were tested positive for COVID-19. Several 19 or gorilla. So the distribution has tested positive for this COVID-19. And on this, the Kailasa's COVID Care Center is opening the doors of Kailasa for not just for people, where Swamiji has opened it for all the living beings. You can see how beautifully and blissfully the living beings of Kailasa are all happily enjoying in the COVID care protection centers in Adi Kailash. So if you want to be part of this greatest happening, where you feel you can you are Adi Kailash, you can join the COVID care centers of Adi Kailash. So next we have participants from the COVID care protection centers from Adi Kailash who are joining the show today to share their experiences of how how did they make it happen to Adi Kailash, and what are their experiences here. Short break. We'll be right back.
Nityanandam, welcome back, everyone. And we have with us beautiful family ready for our sharing.
Yes, Nityanandamaya, we have Sri Nitya Krishnagadanandaya and Parvati Ma from Tamil Nadu who have joined us today in our show, who's going to share their experiences of being in Adi Kailasa. Nityanandama.
Nityanandam.
எஸ் வணக்கங்கய்யா. உங்களுடைய ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்துட்டு நம்மளுடைய தமிழ்நாட்டுல இப்ப முதல்ல இருக்கிற நிலைமை எப்படி போயிட்டு இருக்கு? கோவிடோடைய நிலைமை என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புறீங்க?
அதுதான் இப்ப நான் வந்து ஆதிக்காயம் வந்து 20 நாள் ஆச்சு. தமிழ்நாட்டுல இப்ப வந்து அதான் ரொம்ப, அதாவது புயல் மாதிரி, இப்ப சுனாமி மாதிரி அந்த கொரோனா அரக்கன் வந்து எல்லாம் கொரோனா அரக்கன் வந்து அப்படியே புயல் மாதிரி எல்லாத்தையும் ஒரே சமயத்துல அட்டாக் ஆச்சு. ஒரே சமயத்துல அட்டாக் ஆகும். எல்லா இடத்துலயும் பார்த்தாலுமே ஃபீவரு, அந்த சிம்டம்ஸ் எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே அந்த இதை பார்க்க முடிஞ்சிச்சு. என்னோட ஃபேமிலி மெம்பர்ஸ், என்னோட க்ளோஸ் ரிலேஷன்ஸ், என்னோட சிஸ்டர்ஸ் எல்லாமே இதுல பாதிக்கப்பட்டாங்க. என்னோட அம்மா கூட இதுல பாதிக்கப்பட்டாங்க மறைமுகமா. அதாவது வந்து அவங்க 85 வயசு. அவங்களுக்கு வந்து ஹாஸ்பிட்டலைசேஷன்ஸ் கடைசியா அந்த ஒரு 5 days பண்ண முடியல. என்னால பெட்டே கிடைக்கல. அந்த அளவுக்கு அவங்க இயற்கையா கோவிட் இல்லைனாலும் அந்த ஹாஸ்பிட்டலைசேஷன் அவங்களுக்கு கொடுக்க முடியாது. எனக்கு ஒரு பெரிய வருத்தமாக தான் இருந்துச்சு. ரொம்பவும் எங்க பார்த்தாலுமே உயிர்கள் வந்து சர்வசாதாரணமாக இறந்துட்டு இருந்தாங்க. ஒரு பெரிய ஷாக்கா இருந்துச்சு எனக்கு. அந்த ஷாக்கா இருக்கும். அப்புறம் பகவான்கிட்ட வந்து கேட்டோம் நாங்க, சாமிஜி வந்து எங்களை இதுல இருந்து காப்பாத்துங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். பகவானுமே எல்லாத்துக்குமே, பக்தர்களுக்குமே எல்லாத்துக்குமே வந்து அடைக்கலம் கொடுத்தாரு. அவரோட ஆதீனத்துல வந்து எல்லாருமே வாங்க, நான் உங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன தேவையானது மெடிக்கல் கேர்ல இருந்து உணவு இருக்கிறதுக்கு எல்லா வசதி வாய்ப்பும் நான் ஏற்படுத்தி தரேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி பகவான் வந்து தமிழ்நாடு மக்களுக்கும் சரி, பக்தர்களுக்கும் சரி, பொதுமக்கள் எல்லா மதத்தினரா இருந்தாலும் வாங்கன்னு சொல்லி அழைப்பு விடுச்சிருக்காரு. இது பெரிய யாருமே செய்யாத ஒரு கவர்மெண்ட் கூட இந்த சமயத்துல செய்ய முடியாது அவங்களால. அதாவது தடுப்பூசி, இப்ப கொரோனாக்கு வந்து தடுப்பூசி கூட சரியா போட முடியல அவங்களால. இது பிரிவென்ட், அது முன்னாடியே வந்து வருமுன் காக்கும். நோய் வர்றதுக்கு முன்னாடியே வந்து எப்படி காக்கணும்னு அவங்க எந்த ஸ்டெப்புமே அவங்க எடுக்கல கவர்மெண்ட். இது வந்து பகவான் இது வந்து செய்யறது பெரிய விஷயம். இது
Yes. So what I is sharing is he saw how people are suffering in Tamil Nadu without even having the hospital beds, and especially his own mother. He has seen how she was affected during this condition. Though she was not COVID patient, but she was struggling to get bed in the hospital, and he had actually lost his mother, and the government is not really preparing the people to fight to prevent themselves getting affected from corona. At this stage, Swamiji opening his doors is such a blessing for them, and they got blessings from Swamiji to come here to Adi Kailasa, and the Swamiji opened these blessings for not just for their family, but for the entire humanity, for them to come here and be protected from corona. இன்னொரு சின்ன இது, நீங்க எப்படி இங்க வந்தீங்க? லைக் வரணும்ன்றது முடிவு பண்ணிட்டீங்க. எப்படி, எந்த சிச்சுவேஷன்ஸ்ல நீங்க கிளம்பி இங்க வந்தீங்க? எப்படி இருக்கு உங்களுடைய அனுபவங்கள்?
வந்ததே பெரிய விஷயம். ஏன்னா வந்து தமிழ்நாடு லாக்டவுன் போட்டிருந்தாங்க. அப்ப பகவான் வந்து கேட்டிருந்தோம், சாமிஜி ஒரு எங்களுக்கு தடையை உடைச்சு கொடுங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. சாமிஜி அதெல்லாம் உடனே எல்லாமே கிளியர் ஆயிடும் அப்படின்னாரு பகவான். பிளெஸிங் கொடுத்தாரு. பிளெஸிங் அதாவது நீதான் ஸ்டெப் எடுக்கணும், நான் உடனே ஒண்ணு கட்டிலாம் எடுத்துட்டு வர முடியாது, திறந்துதான் வைக்க முடியும், நீதான் நம்ம தான் முயற்சி பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னார் பகவான். அவர் சொல்லிட்டு சரி, எனக்கு அதுதான் தடையா இருந்துச்சு. உடனே பார்த்தா ஒரு 2 hours வந்து தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட் வந்து ஃப்ரீ 2 days ஃப்ரீ சொல்றாங்க, லாக்டவுன் ஃப்ரீ சொல்றாங்க. அப்ப உடனே எனக்குள்ள எல்லா வேலையும் டக்கு டக்குன்னு நெகட்டிவ் சர்டிபிகேட் வாங்கிட்டு உடனே அப்ப சாமி சொன்ன 3 hours அப்புறமே ஃப்ரீ சொல்றாங்க. ஃப்ரீ சொன்னோடனே நாங்க எல்லா ஸ்டெப்புமே எடுத்துட்டோம். குருவாக்கு சாமி உயிர் பத்தி நாங்க கவலைப்படல. ஆனா சாமி சொல்றாங்க நம்ம போயிடணும். அது என்ன நடக்க போகுதுன்னு ஃபியூச்சர் நமக்கு தெரியாது, பகவானுக்கு தான் தெரியும். பகவான் சொல்றதா நம்ம செய்யணும், அவ்வளவுதான். இப்ப பகவான் வந்து இங்க இருந்தாலும் கைலாயத்துல தான் இருக்க போறோம், நம்ம போனாலும் கைலாயத்துல தான் இருக்க போறோம். அது எனக்கு தெளிவா தெரியும். ஆனா சாமிஜி சொல்றாங்க நம்ம உடனே செய்யணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு உடனே அதுக்கு உண்டான ஸ்டெப் நான் அந்த 2 hours எடுத்துட்டு உடனே வண்டியை எடுத்துட்டு கிளம்பிட்டோம். அதே மாதிரி பாத்தீங்கன்னா எல்லாமே ஃப்ரீயா இருந்துச்சு. கர்நாடகால மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் இது பண்ணாங்க, 1 hour வெயிட் பண்ண வச்சாங்க. அப்புறம் திருப்பி விட்டுட்டாங்க அவங்களுமே. ஃப்ரீயா அங்க ஜேர்னி, அதாவது எல்லாம் நம்மளோட முயற்சி இருந்தா எல்லாமே கிளியர் ஆகுற மாதிரி எல்லாமே கிளியர் பண்ணாரு பகவான் வந்து. அது பெரிய ஒரு விஷயமா இருந்துச்சு.
Amazing. So what Krishnagada Ayya is sharing with us is he received blessings from Swamiji, and he had initially some obstacles, like despite lockdown, how he is going to move from one state to another state with the family, etc. But as Swamiji blessed, he immediately thought, if Swamiji has told, there is something that I need to really do it. So whether I'm here or there, I'm going to be with Swamiji in Kailasa, but I need to fulfill what Swamiji has given me as Guruva. So he immediately the government had all the steps necessary to take the COVID negative test Adi Kailash within no time. So that's wonderful, Ayya. And
Nityanandam. Sorry for the technical glitch. Nityanamaya, Nityanama. And as Ayya was sharing so beautifully, one very important teaching that Ayya reminded us of was, when Bhagavan ordains, he sustains. So I remember clearly the Akashic reading that was given to Ayya. It was not like in the so-called polite sense. Devi Parashakti just very ferociously told him, there is nothing to remove any obstacle or anything. You just save your life and come to Adi Kailasa. It was a very straight, almost like a warning. And as Ayya beautifully said, we will always remain with Paramashiva in Kailasa. We are all his children. But the ultimate reality is, Guru is the ultimate reality. Guru Vak is life. And as Ayya so beautifully shared, following the Guru Vak, literally the cosmos opened up. The lockdown freeze was lifted, and Ayya was able to make it here with in such an effortless way. And after coming here, I'm sure Ayya had a very beautiful experience. We would like Ayya, இங்க வந்தப்புறம் உங்களோட அனுபவம் இங்க ஆதி கைலாசத்துல இருக்கிறது, உங்களுக்கு கிடைச்சது அக்கமடேஷன் ஃபெசிலிட்டிஸ், உங்களுக்கு எப்படி தோணுது இந்த ஹோல் என்லைட்டன்மெண்ட் ஈகோ சிஸ்டம், பகவான் எப்படி இந்த கோவிட் கேர் ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் சென்டர் உருவாக்கி இருக்கா, உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஹேண்ட் அனுபவம் கிடைச்சிருக்கு, அது கொஞ்சம் ஷேர் பண்ணா நல்லா இருக்கும் ஐயா.
சரிங்க. அதாவது எங்களுக்கு வந்து இப்ப கிரகஸ்தர்ஸும் தனியா ரூம்ஸ் எல்லாம் கொடுத்து நல்ல ஃபெசிலிட்டி, அதே மாதிரி தனியா வந்தவங்களே ஜென்ட்ஸ் லேடிஸ் அவங்களுக்கு நல்ல ஃபெசிலிட்டி, டாம், நல்ல ஆசிரம், நல்ல 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 ஃபெசிலிட்டி, எல்லா வசதியும் நல்லா எல்லாம் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அதாவது ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் பிராக்டிஸும் கொடுக்குறாங்க. காலையில வந்து யோகா, பிரம்ம முகூர்த்தத்துல 3 மணிக்கு எந்திரிக்கிறோம், யோகா எந்திரிச்சு யோகா பண்றோம், 4 மணிக்கு 6 மணிக்கு பூஜை பண்றோம். அது ரொம்ப அது அந்த வாதாவரணம் வந்து ரொம்ப இனிமையா இருக்கு. வீட்டுல இருந்தாலும் அந்த மாதிரி பண்ண முடியாது நிச்சயமாவே. வீட்டுல இருந்தா கொஞ்சம் சோம்பல் தன்மை வரும். இது நல்லா பிராக்டிஸ் ஆகுது இந்த மாதிரி டைம்ல. அதாவது பயமே இல்லாம, இப்ப இங்க நாங்க இருக்கிறோம் ஒரு 10 ஃபேமிலியா தனித்தனியா பிரிச்சு அந்த ப்ரிவென்ஷன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அந்த 10 ஃபேமிலியுமே நல்லா வீட்டுல இருக்கிற மாதிரி எந்த மாஸ்க்குமே இல்லாம ரொம்ப ஜாலியா எல்லாரு கூடயும் பழகுறோம், நல்லா இதா இருக்கு. அப்புறம் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா சாமி நல்ல ஃப்ரீ டைம்ல இதிகாசங்கள், இப்ப வந்து எந்த வித கண்டிஷனும் இங்க கிடையாது. அதாவது அங்க ஐடில ஒர்க் பண்றவங்க அவங்களோட ஒர்க்கை இங்க இருந்தே பார்க்கலாம், அவங்க ஃபுல் டைம் அவங்க வந்து பாத்துக்கலாம். அதே மாதிரி இப்ப எங்களுக்கு ஃப்ரீயா இருந்துச்சுன்னா நாங்க மகாபாரதம் இதிகாசங்கள் நாங்களே லேப்டாப்ல இதிகாசம், மகாபாரதம், ராமாயணம் இது ஃபுல்லா அங்க கூட உட்காந்து டைம் ஒதுக்கி நம்ம பார்க்க முடியாது வேலையில. இங்க உட்காந்து நல்லா அதை கான்சன்ட்ரேட் பண்ணி அந்த சத்தியங்களை நம்ம உள்வாங்க முடியுது. பகவத்கீதா சாண்டிங், அதாவது நிறைய ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ண எல்லா ஐஏ கிளாஸ் ஃப்ரீயா எடுக்கிறாங்க. அதாவது நிறைய விஷயங்கள் எங்களுக்கு வந்து சாமிஜி பகவான் வந்து ஆசிரமடிஸ் மூலமா தராரு. ரொம்ப இனிமையாவும் ஜாலியாவும் இருக்கு. இந்த அதாவது வெளியே இருக்கும்போது ஒரே ஃபியர், ரொம்ப கஷ்டமான ஒரு ஃபீவர் வருதா சளி வருதா அப்படின்னு நம்மள எனி டைமும் நம்ம பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிறது. இங்க வந்துட்டு அந்த ஃபியரே இல்லாம, அதாவது ஒரு என்ன சொல்றது, ஒரு இனிமையான சூழலை ஏற்படுத்தி இந்த கஷ்டமான காலத்தையும் ஒரு இனிமையான சூழலா பகவான் ஏற்படுத்தி எங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. அது பெரிய விஷயமா எங்களுக்கு கருதுறவங்க சாமி. பகவானுக்கு வந்து என்ன புண்ணியம் நாங்க என்ன எந்த ஜென்மத்துல பண்ணிருக்கோம்னு தெரியல. ஆனா இதெல்லாம் வந்து அதாவது பகவானை வந்து சொத்தை அனுபவிக்கிறதே ஒரு குடும்பம் இருக்கணும் போல. அதாவது அவரோட சாப்பாடு சாப்பிடுறது 11 வகையான சாப்பாடு 3 வேளையுமே கரெக்டான டைமுக்கு கரெக்டா கேர் எடுத்து ஆசிரமடிஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கிறாங்க எங்களை. அதாவது அதையுமே ரொம்ப 2 ஹவர்ஸ் முன்னாடியே வர வச்சு அதை ஸ்டெரிலைசர் பண்ணி எங்களுக்கு அதை கிடைக்க வைக்கிறாங்க. ரொம்ப பாதுகாப்பா 3 டைம்ஸ் குவாரண்டைன் லெவல்ல ரொம்ப பாதுகாப்பா வெளி மக்களே எங்களுக்கு தொடர்பு இல்லாம ரொம்ப நல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கிறாங்க.
Beautiful, Ayya. So what Ayya was sharing was a plethora of things over here, right from the fact that the multi-layer quarantine facility in the Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham, where families are accommodated as well as singles in the form of separate accommodation for male bodies, female bodies, and the spiritual routine and the spiritual lifestyle being so effortlessly lived over here. As Ayya said, if we were back home, then getting up at 3 a.m. in the morning and doing our yoga and puja would never happen because we'll just be downright lazy. But here, because of the enlightenment spiritual ecosystem, everybody is able to get up at 3 o'clock, do the various cleansing processes, do the yoga, do the puja, and the whole lifestyle is so spiritually centered, as Ayya was sharing, right from the classes of Bhagavad Gita chanting to learning the truths of our Puranas like Mahabharata, which otherwise we would not have taken the time to watch and internalize. And other than that, the way in which the people who have come here to the COVID Care Protection Center are being taken care of, right from the nutritious meals which comprise of 11 items each, and given time to time And Ayya was sharing his gratitude to the Kailaya-vasis who take care to provide these meals on time for one and all, and how the whole atmosphere literally, as Ayya succinctly put it in one line, that it really is like probably just luck that how one, only by Swamiji's grace, literally by Bhagwan's grace only, one can experience this lifestyle. It is not anyone's doing. We can never lay claim to, I have done so much of punya and be able to experience Kailasa space. And literally the compassion of Swamiji, that everyone who's over here, who followed his Guru Vak and is coming to Adi Kailasa Sarvanya Peetham to save one's life, because that is what Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism have ordained for us, have ordered us till the end of this year. The only priority that we have is to remain alive. So that was a brief sharing. I'm sure Ayya has lots more to say, and we also have a lot more to ask you, Ayya and Amma. But in the interest of time today, we will end this Adi Kailasa segment. And we thank you once again for sharing your experiences. And it's a great inspiration, I'm sure, for all the viewers who are watching and who also have heard Devi Parashakti give us the orders, save your life, come to Adi Kailasa. So thank you. Thank you, viewers.
Thank you, Swami.
Nityanandam.
Nityanandam.
Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nityanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadasham Tattamasyadi Lakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures: no photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions:
references, Vedas and Agamas, eternal unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. Apta Pramana. Aptas are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars, Siddhas, and the authority of Hinduism. They manifested all the powers of Paramashiva. They were humans just like us and had a superconscious breakthrough, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Atma Pramana. Account of His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar's personal experience of power manifestation, which verifies as per the Shastra and as per the Apta. Shakshi Pramana, experience of the millions of disciple devotees followers around the world initiated by Bhagwan, manifesting all the powers of Paramashiva. Bhagwan has clearly told whoever comes to Kailash courtyard manifesting power group, my presence will be felt and I myself will be there to give them the superconscious breakthrough. Each one of us here to have a superconscious breakthrough, we can experience the oneness with Paramashiva and manifest as our reality. Not only just the small reality that we go through, but shifting the cognition, shift her whole perception of the world, removing all the incompletion and make us more and more auspicious. Now, Pratyaksha Pramana. Pratyaksha Pramana is a scientific study measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state. The thoughtlessness. We don't need thinking for our living. That is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan has now proven by living as an avatar. Thinking is not required. He doesn't have any thoughts any time that they have measured. And how does he function? How does he function the whole world without the thinking? That is the science he is teaching us. For each one of us to experience that and understand the step-by-step process, how you go through your outer world, like becoming a doctor, becoming an architect, engineer, or other departments. Here, the science of our manifestation, you can be a superconscious being in all the possibility. You don't need any other requirement. As long as you're breathing, you can experience this. Let's go to the Shastra references. The Shastras are from the Veda Agamas. This is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Vijnana, consciousness. Bhairava, one who experienced the consciousness. And Tantra is the method to go beyond the mind and experience the consciousness.
स्वदेहं मनसि क्षीणे क्षणात् क्षीणाशयो भवेत्.
Just a minute. Yes, this is from Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 82, Dharana 57. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, this is for the power of levitation. Here he clearly says, being situated on a comfortable seat or a bed, firmly cognize that your own body is without any support or base from anywhere. It is resting on nothing. By holding the cognition, when the mind becomes worn away, tired and worn away, then the thoughtlessness arises. Then, in an instant, one becomes weightless and experiences the space beyond the mind, the space of Paramashiva. Clearly, Bhagavan has given us how the thoughtlessness can be experienced by each one of us. Even as science have clearly done this. They have made people sit for hours and hours in a room till the mind gets worn away, where they experience 3 to 4 seconds of thoughtless space. As for the science, we can experience much more as our reality, and few more seconds, Bhagavan says, 21 shana, we can be enlightened. 21 seconds of holding thoughtless space. Wow, that easy. Yes, that is why they say it is easier than the blink of an eye. And it is quite possible. It is possible when we are in the Charya Pada, when we are in Vata Varana. That means when we are living that conscious space continuously as our reality, we can experience the enlightened space just like that. It is as easy and more easy than going to sleep, because it is also one of your state that you experience. So obviously we can experience the higher space just like how we go to sleep or have a dream or wake up to this reality. We can go into the next state also Turiya space. Bhagavan has given us so much of powerful cognition to understand that. Bhagavan beautifully says, Ramakrishna Paramahamsar, he told a story about a dog. A dog is biting the bone. Constantly it's biting the bone, and what happens? The bone pokes his mouth and the blood oozes. The dog thinks that he has been biting the bone. That is why the blood is oozing and licks the blood. That is exactly Bhagavan says, how we suffer and get so evolved in the suffering and then think that is life. Not knowing that is not even part of us. The bone is nothing to do with the dog all it need to do is let go the whole thing, and simply it can get relieved from the bone and not get hurt from it. But it catches the bone and continuously holds on to it. Same way Bhagavan says about the story of catching a monkey. They keep something for the monkey. If it puts a hand and tries to take out a banana, it gets caught. Leaving the banana, it can remove the hand, but it wants the banana. So it will not leave it. And again suffer that people come and take off the monkey. Same way in our life, constantly when we let go the identity, many of our problems will be solved. We get caught into the whole space saying that how can I be disrespect, how can I be abused, or I be treated like that, why can't I get no equal reality, equal positions, all kinds of things which goes on in our life. And constantly the whole thing how we are to be treated, when we go on saying that, we are caught with the bone. We are not to be treated anything. We are creating the reality. It's like you are the owner of the chocolate factory and you're saying, why can't you guys treat me properly? You are the owner. If you don't like them, you can fire them. And simply we don't do that because we think we are bound by them. And nothing is bound, because you are in the space of Paramashiva, who manifests as your reality. You're like $1 trillion kid. You can manifest whatever you want, but you go on holding on to a begging bowl and saying, please, please, please. That is where we are stuck. When we understand that giving up our identity, we will actually get the $1 trillion to experience the wholeness. But unfortunately, we are stuck to those identities that we carry, the Aadhaar card that we have, passports that we carry. If you surrender that passport, all the identities that you carry, simply Paramashiva will give you the visa for the higher Kailasha space. That beautiful space all of us can experience. When Bhishma, he was in such a beautiful space, he gave the world Vishnu Sahasrama. And when Krishna asked him why you couldn't do this before, he said the blood was completely from the food that he ate from Duryodhana. And so he was fully not able to express. But when the blood oozes out, when he was in the deathbed, from the deathbed, he was giving all the best thing to the world. So when he lost the identity, then the pure self of Bhishma, such a great person, but because of his unconsciousness that he was holding on to wrong things, wrong vata varna, he had to go through all that traumas. When he dropped that, he realized, because he himself was such a devotee of Krishna, just merged into Krishna, being in that oneness space, he experienced the oneness and manifested the power of Vishnu Sahasranama. And also Arjuna was giving him the Ganga water. They, just by the power of will, he created a hole and the Ganga water came to his mouth when he was in the, Bhishma was lying on a arrow bed. If you know in Mahabharata, he was not killed, but he was waiting for the time of the death. Like all the animals, you can never see an animal dying just like that. It'll go somewhere, and how they don't dirty anywhere, they don't die anywhere also. They go very careful into a lone place and then they die. No monkeys or no birds drop down dead in a place. They are very clear. They know when they are leaving their body. Only humans, we are so caught up with our confusion. We don't know what is happening in our life. When we give little more attention to our Paramashiva space, life would be so auspiciousness and abundance will start happening. That is what Bhagavan again and again says. We are consciousness. We are the reality. And we take the form of our body or others' body to interact in this world and manifest whatever we need to do. But after coming here, we get deluded that we are the body. That is where we miss out. We are not the body, like how Bhagavan says, like the quantum, electron, proton, neutron. We are a frequency happening as a reality. When somebody asks Bhagavan, how do you see others? He says very clearly, I see as frequencies. immature frequency or a blocked frequency. All that is what he sees us as, not the way we think of a shape, a size, and this is what the feature and all that. Much in a different quantum space, subtle space, getting more and more sensitive with life, more and more in action, in detail. Then the whole authenticity opens up as our reality. That is what Bhagavan has beautifully said. The thoughtless space will manifest the Paramashiva in all of us. Let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nainamas, Alvars. All of them experience the power of Paramashiva. Here you can see Sundaramurti Nayanar. He is one of the greatest. Sundarar was one of the greatest, where he commanded Shiva. Not only asked Shiva, he commanded Shiva from the space of oneness. And deep dedication and devotion that simply manifested as reality. And Gajendra was sent to him to bring him back to Kailasha. And he is one of the most beautiful composer of all the poems. And once when Sundarar asked for the gold coins, and that he is going somewhere and he need the gold coins, Shiva gives him a set of gold coins, but he says, no, I cannot accept it here because the thief will take it. Wherever I go, that place I need it. And then Shiva says, okay, for that also. And then he goes to a different place. He said, go in the pond and look for it. He looked for it. He didn't find any coins. And he said, what is this? You told me you will give me and now you're not giving me, you're cheating me. And finally, he sings a song on Shiva in deep gratitude. That earning and the gratitude, Shiva melted and gave the coin. But then Sundarar had one coin to verify whether Shiva is giving properly the same coin. So he checks the coin and the coin is not same quality as before. And then again, he says, what is this? You're not giving me the coin properly. Again, he sings another song in melting Shiva, and simply the coin becomes the perfect coin. For what this is told again and again is for us to understand Shiva enjoys us more than we enjoy him. Just for him to hear Sundara, to get 2 songs from him, Shiva plays this Leela. All the beautiful space that when we are so much into Bhagavan, Parashakti, Paramashiva, they are more into us, waiting to receive that space, for us to receive that space and manifest as our reality. Like your mother is waiting at the home after you finish the school. Not that you're waiting to go back home. It's much more the mother is making sure everything is perfect for you. That's exactly how Paramashiva in all the fullness is waiting for you to manifest this reality every moment. He says every moment there's a possibility for you to get complete and experience the oneness with Paramashiva. And every moment, since there's a possibility, he waits there for us much more. And let's go to the Atma Pramana. Bhagavan beautifully explains the science of levitation.
Rishis, Nainamars, Siddhas, who have time tested
to move all over your body. From this point to this point to this point, the whole body. We have 21 points, 10 fingertips, the feet, 10 fingertips in the hand, and Sahasrara. In all these all 21 points, the air being flooded. This is called samana. That process is called samana. If that samana is balanced, is proper, whenever I give you this kind of one idea and ask you to sit with it, the extraordinary powers will start expressing in your body. Like a feeling very light, or feeling heavy, feeling expanded, or feeling shrunk. These are the 4 called Anima, Lahima, Mahima, Karima. In the Ashtama Siddhis, 8 Siddhis, these are 4. All of you are clear what I am saying? Anima, Lahima, Mahima, Karima. These are the 4 important powers. First it will happen psychologically. then it will become physical. See, you will feel little more than you are, first psychologically, then even physically it will start happening. Physically, if you are levitated, you have a healed samana. If you are only psychological levitation, you don't have any wound in samana. But if you are neither psychological nor physical levitation happen, means your samana needs to be balanced now, needs to be healed. I'll now put you through the simple process, how the samana healing, samana balancing happens. But of course, you will go through a heavy process from tomorrow to balance samana permanently.
Already a
You can see beautifully how the process of samana balance happens, and all of them manifest the highest reality of feeling the weightless. The thoughts, beautifully Bhagavan says, how our thoughts is making us heavy. The minute the body, the soul leaves our body, the body becomes heavy. The presence in us is making the body light. The beautiful story Bhagavan says, how the Zen master was carrying a woman across a water, and then he left her and went off to the meeting, and all the disciples were there. But all the disciples did not look properly, and he asked, what is wrong? And then the disciple got up and said, how can you carry the lady across the river? And then the Zen master beautifully answers, I just carried her for a minute and you're carrying her for hours. Who is carrying her more? That is exactly how we are so foolish. Bhagavan says, if we are suffering from something, it's because we are foolish, but because it does not even exist. As a quantum, as a frequency, where is that where we are having any issue? To verify that, he says, see if in your deep sleep you have that problem, then that is real. That is the check for you to see if you can be upset about something, or if you are not happy with something, or something is going chaos in your life and people are abusing you and not holding you properly, whatever it be, or you have a health issue. Do you experience that in the deep sleep? No, absolutely no. So why are we experiencing now then? How is that becoming my reality suddenly in this state? In my dream, it is not there. In my deep sleep, it's not there. So why in this state alone I have to experience that? When you ask that question, you become more and more surprised with the answer, because that whole suffering disappears. Because you understand that it is not there but a projection of your own self. Why are we projecting that again and again? That is why Bhagavan says, because your muscle memory starts having the reaction, your bio memory has that reaction, and finally you are caught up in the mind thinking that is true and that is real. No, it is a dream. In the dream, if you're so annoyed, will you get up and have that annoyed? No. That is exactly is unclutch. Unclutch from everything that you know as a thought. Anything that you know as a thought. Very forcefully do that. And clearly say, hey, do not fool me. You do not even exist. Why should I believe that I have a pain? Why should I believe that I'm suffering? Why should I believe that something is being taken away from me, or I'm not having a job, or my health is so bad? It's only a delusion. In the dream, if you have an accident, you don't go to a hospital when you wake up. So wake up to the reality that these are not, cannot be happening, because you are infinite. Bhagavan has clearly shown you are not your thoughts. You are also your body. You're not even your body. Then what is that suffering in the body? How can it be there? And if you know even science, if you have 10 trillion cells, 100 trillion cells, which are sitting as parasite in your body, then where is my body? You are not body, you are not the mind, you are also the body that you are projecting. And you are also the mind that you are projecting all the reality. That is Paramashiva and Parashakti dancing the Leela for you. simply making you the most important person. That is what is the truth. You are this most special and most beautiful space because you are Paramashiva. So you are so auspicious, and hold that as a higher cognition, and you are the higher reality projecting all these things. So decide whatever in my deep sleep, I will only project that. That is Paramashiva's space. That's all. Then how do I function? The function was also happening and will also happening in spite of you. It was happening. Now with your cooperation, it will happen more. So let's go to the Shakshi Prabhana and see how they are moving the coconut, not making it fall, but lifting the coconut. Even if we do this with the Rudraksh, that is beautiful. The whole science of power manifestation is so beautiful that something can happen as heavy as coconut is lifting in the hand. Now we are going to try with the coconut, or you can try with the Rudraksh. A Rudraksh you can hold in the hand and see if you can move the Rudraksh or lift the Rudraksh at least by 2 centimeters. So if you have a video recording phone, then please record it. These are extraordinary moments. And if you have the Jnananjan in your locket, please apply in your third eye and your temple. The Kantamala is given in your throat. Bhagavan says all the disease starts with the throat pain. Throat. That's why Shiva has the medicine in his throat. The Alakala poison that he holds, which is a medicine which heals all the problems. When you clear, throat is clear, everything, your body becomes so healthy. Everything starts with the throat, Bhagavan says. So the whole thing is when Japa, when you start chanting the Mahavakya, it becomes that it is part of your Kantamala, the Rudraksh, the energy. It's like a battery in your throat, holding the space of higher energy. All these Rudraksh are very auspiciousness. That is why you can put it on a deity in a temple and put it on yourself also. There is no dosha. There is no incompletion in putting your thing on deity and deity's thing on you for gold and Rudraksh. And Rudraksh is so beautiful. It takes all the high frequency and hold it. So you will not get upset. If you are upset and mood swings, you have buy a lot of Rudraksh and wear it on yourself. You will be in such a blissful space. You will always feel so complete. That is why Rudraksha is such a beautiful space, because it carries the bliss of Paramashiva. The bliss tears from his eyes is the Rudraksh. So you have to be blissful when you wear so many Rudraksh. We are, as per Agama, we have to wear 10,000 Rudraksh. Here, like this, 10,000 Rudraksh, so that you feel so blissful always, because any mood, low mood, it like a battery pulls you up into the beautiful space of oneness. So you can have a Rudraksh, you can do it as a group or you can do it yourself. Hold the Rudraksh in your palm and let the palm be flat on a surface, so that it's only through the third eye the Rudraksh starts moving. And if it can raise, that is wonderful. You manifested the powers. If you feel only the Kundalini energy or some tingling and energy in that point, that is also true that you have started manifesting. More and more you start manifesting, sharing. By sharing, you start getting grounded into power manifestation of beautiful powers. Now we'll go to the instruction. Let's sit straight with the head, neck and spine in a straight line. And bring Parashakti and Paramashiva into your third eye. Be very clear. They are the one who's manifesting as your reality. Nothing other than that is required in our life. Yes, nothing. Can I get my food on my plate if I keep saying I'm Paramashiva? Absolutely, Bhagavan says. Somebody will walk and give it. Whether it's Ramana Maharishi, whether it is Adi Shankara, whether it is Bhagavan. Yes, somebody walked with food and gave them the plate of food. That is what all sannyasi is supposed to not cook, is because they have to hold that space of oneness, and simply the food has to come to them anywhere they are and every day. That is the beauty of a sannyasi that Bhagavan says, and all of them experienced. Everybody can experience. I am going to be sitting in Paramashiva. Will food come to me? Yes, it will. Everything will shower on you when you are in the space of Paramashiva. If you yourself have done so much, why want a plate of food come? That is the most easiest part. So hold that space only for few minutes. We are not going to extend it. Few minutes. Hold the intense meditation. Chant the Mahavakya. Your stomach has Jatagni, Homakunda, like how you have the Homakunda in the temple, same way you have the Jatagni, the fire, Surya in your stomach. So when you offer the Mahavakya, the mantra, which becomes Mahavakya, continuously something else happens. Like why do they offer in the temples? So the Devatas land and you experience the higher reality. Same way when you offer by chanting from your navel the Mahavakya, simply a new transformation starts happening in you. That is the thoughtless space, that is the oneness space where the consciousness, you become the projector room owner, where you can project your reality and command over future how you want. Yes, all this are happening. We have so many references we gave before. Yes, you and me can experience all this that Bhagavan says. Whoever comes to Kailash Kotiyar, I myself will manifest in you. Bhagavan's presence is so high, all of us can experience that. Hundreds of you are sitting simply to experience that oneness. Why do you think that Paramashiva is not waiting for us to experience? You hold that oneness space, continuously chant the Mahavakya, continuously, intensely, and from your navel, listening to it. And the new space opens up as Paramashiva space for you to manifest. And Prasada will be simply offered to you as power manifestation. Not only here, your life, the bliss, happiness, wealth, abundance, everything starts showering on you, even if you get a glimpse. So let's entangle with Bhagavan in the oneness space. Continuously hold the space of oneness and chant the Mahavakya and experience the levitation of the Rudraksh. Now we can experience, even if you experience the levitation, beautiful. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Make sure you're sitting in a place where it is comfortable. There is no sharp object or anything, so that you're safe. And let's start chanting the Mahavakya to experience the oneness with Paramashiva.
Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Nityananda Paramashivam. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानंद परमशिवोऽहम् Let Paramashiva stir manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our burdens. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva stir manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our burdens. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda.
Such a beautiful space. Whatever prasada that you received as per manifestation, the deep gratitude is one which flowers into more and more auspicious space. That gratitude space, when we understand the something very important, like you become a parent, then you understand how much the parent and teacher has gone through taking care of you. Same way, when we become a manager of a company, then we understand how much the employees it is to take care of them. But when we are employee, we don't think, why can't the manager do this, that? We demand. Whenever you raise yourself in a higher level in life, you understand the responsibility, and that brings a huge gratitude towards life. How life has held you when you were not fine, when you are incomplete. That is exactly how Bhagavan holds us, all of us, in spite of all the foolishness we do, and come running with all our problems and saying, this is a problem, that is a problem, we need to be fixing. Beautifully, if we understand that Bhagavan is holding us and He is manifesting through us all the time. And all we need to do is have that gratitude space that Bhagavan will take care and simply He will manifest all the reality. That is what Krishna says to Arjuna. There is nothing for you to do. Simply pose. I have already killed everybody. You do whatever prarabdha you have taken and carry it on. That's all. And you don't have to do anything to achieve something or correct something or plan something. Nothing is required. If the food can become blood in your body, if you can breathe 24 by 7, 365 days, even in coma, the breathing still happens. If all this are taken care, the vital things of your life is taken care by Paramashiva, why can't your food or moving this Rudraksh can be taken care by him? Absolutely, he can take care. He is all available and all yours all the time. He is the only one who's available all the time just for you. All you need to do is look in for him and simply he will manifest as reality. And that from the gratitude, how much he is doing for each one of us is unbelievable. That is why his auspiciousness, that is why his uncompromised compassion, love, that is Devi. And simply she manifests all the reality for you. If you feel nothing is happening, drop that idea that everything is a happening, auspiciousness. And instead of thinking nothing is happening, you can see how is it happening. I want to experience that. When you put the how question, you are in much beautiful space. Instead of saying, why is it happening for me like this? The whys never get answered. It only creates us more chaos. And more beautiful completion starts happening in us. More and more auspiciousness, we are removing the block. It is overflowing in us, all of us. It is, Bhagavan says, much more than a nuclear force is available for each one of us to experience. Then why am I not manifesting? That is the question that we need to ask again and again. Why is that I'm not experiencing? How can I drop? How can I surrender to you, Bhagavan, so that I can experience you much more deeper and deeper? That earning that starts happening, simply life manifests. Even if you don't want, life will be auspicious around you. That is the most beautiful space for us to reside. It's like you're in mother's lap. What more you can ask? You are in the safest place. Same way, you are residing in oneness with Paramashiva. There's nothing for us to experience. Everything around us will be happening and completely in the great auspicious space. Everything that happens will be the best for us. We just need to surrender our identity and experience that oneness. So now we'll have one more quick cycle. Let's do the simple meditation of simple sitting with Bhagavan and holding only Bhagavan as our identity. Everything else, put it in your guest room. You can attend to it a few minutes later. You say you're in a call with the most important person, Paramashiva. So you're not going to attend to any other. Put away your gadgets, put away everything else. Just sit in this meditation, chant the Mahavakya intensely and experience the oneness and see what auspiciousness Bhagavan will shower on you. Let's start the second cycle with for the power of levitation of a Rudraksh.
Nityananda Paramashivam Om 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 Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's Spirit manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's Spirit manifest in all our burdens. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our burdens. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nityananda Paramashivoham.
Let's go to the verification.
Verification process for levitating the Rudra.
So you can, if you have a video, please share the video, but make sure it is authentic. And when sharing, you share it to tinyurl.com/powermanifestation, and make sure the whole thing is very authentic and it has been nothing from the outside has added to it for it to move. Very important to make this as authentic as possible, any of the power manifestation, because then we do not have any self-doubt and self-denial in us, but pure space of consciousness which manifests as reality. You can share it in your page also. Billions of people are there waiting without knowing all these great truths that all of you are receiving every day. Even if it is hundreds of you, there are billions who are suffering without knowing all this. And simply by you sharing, all of us sharing every day, somebody will get tumbled on these great truths and simply will start aligning, and they can start experiencing oneness with Paramashiva. So please go ahead, share all this. It takes only a couple of minutes. Share it in your local Facebook social media profiles also, and tag it to your friends and families. You never know who is going to turn up, and never know who will be manifesting the space of Paramashiva. All of us are here only to experience Paramashiva. So with that, thank Bhagavan deeply, and in the deep gratitude, surrender all these powers and powerful cognition to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Again and again, when we surrender to Bhagavan's lotus feet, we expand in our consciousness, in our cognition, much more deeper. And thanking each one of you here in sitting and manifesting all these powers of Paramashiva, holding that beautiful space, the meditative space, and such a great experience. So thank each one of you. And let's end this session with a Purna Mantra. Before that, I want to remind you, there's a $ where you can click and offer 1 unit of your currency. It can be as small, nothing matters, but whatever you offer the Kailasha space. Again and again, you are building your Kailasha space. That is what Bhagavan is looking when you offer the $. It's not the money he looks, but your space which gets expanded by doing all this. That more and more power manifestation becomes reality in your life when we start doing all these simple things. Yes, a BP tablet might be very small, anesthesia might be very little, but it has so much of effect. Same way, thank you so much. Let's end with a Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nityananda Paramashivam Padukarpanamastu. Om Nityanand. Arulvak and more power manifestation session after each of the satsangs. Thank you, Nityanandam.
Even a malignant man, by beginning in the company of satsanga, makes even the impossible as possible in this world. E-Kailasa is the message from Paramashiva to have superconscious breakthrough. Enlightenment, power manifestation, Paramashiva, everything serve to you without you even moving out of your couch. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. We can multiply the quality and quantity of your life. The most ancient, best way of life and best kept sacred secrets all these years, handed over only from guru to disciple, guru to disciple, guru to disciple. Secrets kept inside the Siddha Paramparas, Buddha tradition. Enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Whole world should become e-Kailasians. Even a malignous man, by beginning in the company of satsanga,
केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि.
We welcome all the viewers watching us live on Kailasa TV, Nityananda TV, YouTube, and from various social media platforms with all our love and respect.
So we welcome all of you for this glimpses of Parashakti Akashic reading session. As we all know, since the beginning of April 2021, all of us are witnessing the profound, extraordinary Akashic reading by Devi Parashakti herself through the Nijavatar, through Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhana Bhagavan Srinityananda Parameshwaran, is radiating, expressing, showering boons on everybody, and a lot of miracles and breakthroughs people are experiencing. So in today's session, what we'll be seeing is the revelation of Devi Parashakti, commonly for all the people she revealed for this whole humanity.
Especially on the crisis, on the global crisis, the pandemic of the COVID-19, where Devi herself has revealed a lot of cosmic truth and solution for the entire humanity during this Parashakti Akashic reading.
So now in this session today, now we'll be seeing few of the revelation by Devi Parashakti for the whole humanity. And we'll be seeing the manifestation of Devi Parashakti Akashic reading immediately after the reading was revealed. So now we'll be seeing the first revelation.
Before we moving on to the first revelation, we'll be giving a small introduction on what is Parashakti Akashic reading and what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan of Parashakti.
So Bhava Samadhi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti and your whole brain becomes alive. This influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. With increasing levels of coherence, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energy that heal, empower, and transform our lives. So, benefits of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Having darshan or even a glimpse brings lasting transformation as cleansing lifetimes of karmas and raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough, like hitting the reset button on your being. Signs of Bhava Samadhi Darshan. During Bhava Samadhi Darshan, our mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, our entire body silently and without movement recreates what is happening distances far away. experiencing the superconscious energy generated by the avatar.
So Akashic readings. Readings from the Cosmic Archive. Akashic reading is not prediction. It is reading from the Cosmic Archive. There is no such thing as past, present, and future. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In dimension of time starts the past, present, and future. But in Akashic records, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happen, happening, yet to happen, are clearly already recorded. So that's a small brief on what is Bhava Samadhi Darshan and Parashakti Akashic reading. So we like to invite all the viewers watching us live right now to join the live Parashakti Akashic reading, which is happening daily in the morning at 6 a.m. Indian Standard Time and in the evening at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time. Again, invite all your friends, family members, and whoever that you know to come and join live on the various social media platforms. It's an opportunity for all of us to receive the darshan of Devi Parashakti and also to get our questions answered directly from the Cosmic Archive, which is a lifetime opportunity. So now we'll be moving on to the first revelation of Parashakti Akashic reading. So we'll be presenting the video, the glimpse from the Parashakti Akashic reading, and we'll be projecting the translation in English, and also we'll be sharing the manifestation of that revelation which Devi revealed with all of you. So now we'll be watching the first video on Kirimi Bhojanam, the hell that has been opened in India, which is revealed by Devi Parashakti.
ஓடும் சண்டை சச்சரவெல்லாம் எரியும் பெருநெருப்பில் இருக்கும் இரண்டு எலிகள் போடும் சண்டை போன்றது. யார் சரி யார் தவறு என்பது இப்பொழுது முக்கியம் அல்ல. உயிர் காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள், எல்லோரும் நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். நன்மையை சொல்லுகின்றேன், உண்மையை சொல்லுகின்றேன். இந்திய நாட்டில் இருக்கும் மக்கள் எல்லோரும் கேளுங்கள். கருட புராணத்தில் வியாசன் சொன்ன கிருமி போஜனம் என்னும் நரகம் திறந்து நேரடியாய் இந்தியா மீது இடிபோல் விழுகின்றது. ஆதி கைலாசத்திற்கு ஓடிச் சென்று வருமுன் காத்துக் கொள்வது மட்டுமே ஒரே வழி. கொரோனா பெருந்தொற்று கொள்ளை நோய் கிருமி போஜனம் எனும் நரகத்தை பூமிக்கு கொண்டு வந்து விட்டது. அகோர தாண்டவத்தின் ஆட்டம் யாராலும் அடக்க முடியாத அளவிற்கு ஆரம்பித்து விட்டது. புதிதாய் உருக்கொண்டிருக்கும் இந்த நுண்ணுயிரி மைல்கள் கடந்தும் காற்றினில் உயிரோடு இருந்து மற்ற உயிர்களையும் அழித்து உடல்களை தின்னும் பெரும் வலிவு கொண்ட பேரசுரர்களாய் வலம் வர துவங்கி விடுகின்றது. நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். வருமுன் காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள், அது ஒன்றே வழி. அதற்காகவே ஆதி கைலாசத்தை திறந்து வைத்திருக்கின்றேன். உயிர் காத்துக் கொள்ள வேண்டி விரும்பும் எல்லோரும் ஓடுங்கள் ஆதி கைலாசத்திற்கு. இந்தியாவில்தான் இந்த நரகம் திறந்து உலகெங்கும் பரவப் போகின்றது. கிருமி போஜன நரகம் பூமிக்கு வந்துவிட்டது. மனிதர்கள் செய்த மகா கொடுமைகளினால். அன்னை முன்னின்று என் அடியவரைக் காப்பேன் சொல்வதைக் கேட்டு உயிர் காத்துக் கொள்ள விரும்புவோர் வருமுன் காப்பது ஒன்றே வழி என்று தெரிந்து செல்லுங்கள் ஆதி கையிலைக்கு.
So now we'll be projecting the English translation of the revelation of Parashakti.
All of you understand properly. I am telling good. I am telling truth. Everyone in India, all of you listen. The hell of Krimi Bhojanam that was mentioned by Vyasa in Garuda Puranam has opened and is directly falling on India as thunder. Running to Adi Kailasa and preventing it, it is the only way. Deadly corona life-taking disease has brought the hell known as Krimi Bhojanam to earth. The dance of Agora Tandava, which no one could control, has started. This microorganism that has formed will be alive in air for miles together, destroying other souls, and it will eat bodies. It has started roaming as great demons with tremendous strength. Understand properly. Prevention is the only way. For that, I have opened Adi Kailasa. For those who want to save their life, all of you run to Adi Kailasa. Only in India, this hell is going to open and is going to spread to the whole world. This Krimi Bhojanam hell has come to the earth because of the suffering done by human beings. Mother, I will protect those at my feet, those who listen to me and wish to save their life, learning that prevention is the only way. Go to Adi Kailasa.
So now we'll be seeing, we'll be presenting to all of you some of the newspaper articles which is published right after the next day, right after the revelation of Parashakti. So we'll be presenting some of those articles. We can clearly see whatever the Devi has revealed start manifesting just right after the revelation on the Krimi Bhojanam. So we can quickly move on to the next slide. We can see whatever the Devi has revealed started manifesting.
So now we'll be moving on to the next revelation of Devi Parashakti on 11th June. So we'll be now playing the clippings of the revelation and also be reading of the rough English translation.
Asking how will Mauritius be affected by COVID? Jayapriyananda is asking, will the Lord be safe in United Kingdom? Understand, keeping both of you in the front, I am telling the whole world. Only the places where multi-layered quarantine is possible, people can be safe this year. There is no other place safe in the world other than the Kailasas, which provide multi-layered quarantine. Kailasas also should be extremely careful and providing the multi-layered quarantine. Understand? The corona and ripple effects of corona, multiple other diseases which is affecting the world, multiple other variants and viruses going to affect the world because human beings have lost the immunity and rulers have lost sensitivity. They are okay to see multitudes of human beings die. Understand? Due to the multiple reasons which I can reveal and which I cannot reveal. The corona and its ripple effects, after effects, are going to be unimaginable on human beings. So all the human beings who want to save yourself, either move to the nearest Kailasa, which is providing multi-layered quarantine facility, or create multi-layered quarantine facility in where you are. Protect yourself. This year, focus only on being alive. Being alive is the greatest profit for all here.
So now we'll be reading out the English translation of the revelation we have just watched. You're asking how will Mauritius be affected by COVID? Understand, keeping both of you in front, I am telling you the whole world. Only the place where the multi-layered quarantine is possible, people can be saved. People can be saved this year. There is no other place safe in the world other than the Kailasa, which provide multi-layered quarantine. Kailasas also should be extremely careful and provide the multi-layered quarantine. Understand the corona and the ripple effects of corona, multiple other diseases which is affecting the world, multiple other variants and viruses going to affect the world. Beings have lost immunity of rulers, have lost sensitivity. They are okay to see multitudes of human beings die. Understand, due to the multiple reasons which I can reveal and which I cannot reveal, the corona and its ripple effects, after effects are going to be unimaginable on human beings. So all the human beings who want to save your life, yourself, either move to nearest Kailasa, which is providing multi-layered quarantine facility, or create multi-layered quarantine facility in where you protect yourself this year. Focus on the being alive. Being alive is the greatest profit for all humans beings this year. So now we'll be seeing some of the manifestation of the Parashakti Akashic reading, which you can see now in the newspaper articles. You can can see that end of England's COVID lockdown could be delayed by 1 month, as they revealed even the countries are extending their lockdowns due to the increasing of the case. So we can see now that more than 8 million residents living in around Santiago must stay at home from Saturday amid raising COVID cases. So you can see now very clearly that all over the world, the number of cases is increasing just after the day Devi Parashakti revealed.
So we have just watched 2 revelations from the Parashakti Akashic reading, and we have shared the translation, and also I presented some of the evidence which clearly says that whatever Devi is revealed started manifesting.
So we'll be concluding today's session, Purna Mantra. So
and we'll be moving on to the next segment of the glimpses of Parashakti Akashic reading. So we'll conclude now.
Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudakshade Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyade. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Dassat Sarvam Bhagavan Sri Nityananda Paramashiva Padakatmanamastu. Om Nityanandam.